What's up YouTube, welcome to today's video, and in today's video we are going over the long-awaited updated Speedroid deck. Now I know this is long-awaited and it's a little late, but I hope you guys do enjoy the video, and this deck does help you guys out. It is a really fun deck. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video. And I do want to mention as we're going into the deck that not a lot has really changed with the deck. If you guys want to check out the previous version, the card is going to be up at the top right, so you guys can go check that out. So it pretty much is the same deck. We have 2 red-eye dice, a malicious magnet. I like malicious magnet just because if your opponent does have a high monster, like I've used this on one of my opponent's monsters where he had a Stardust, I think it was, and I was able to bring out Stellar Wind on his turn, or on my turn, just because I didn't have anything else. But this actually works like a kaiju for synchro summoning. Then we have, of course, the 3 Marble Machines, 1 Terrortop, 3 Tekatombo, 2 Dendens, and 3 Card Turbos. Now these cards are the bread and butter of the combos for this deck, so definitely try to get these as much. The only one is Terrortop and Turbo, which are really amazing cards that are SRs, but they're not really that expensive with how fast you can get SR points. Next up, we have 1 Ultra Hound, which is actually one of the newer cards for the support. Really good cards. It actually gave me the idea of running High Speedroid Puzzle, because his effect is when he's in the graveyard, you can banish any card in the graveyard and summon a synchro monster with the same level. So usually if you have Ultra Hound and maybe double yo-yo in the graveyard, you can bring out Speedroid Puzzle and continue some really big synchro summoning. I'm running 1 Mecha Fan Beast Tetherwolf, just because this is either a really good card to go into Rubber Band, or if you get Tetherwolf and Red Eye Dice, you can go for a Clearwing. So really good card, and it's a win, so it's a really good. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm running 2 double yo-yos now, because his effect is whenever he's normal summoned. So if you manage to have 2 in your hand and normal summon both, then you can activate his effect twice per turn, which is super good. Then we got Horse Stilts. Not really an amazing card for the deck, but its effect to special summon another level 4 lower Speedroid monster from your hand, and then being able to banish another card from another wind monster from your deck to the graveyard is also really good, in case you needed like a specific monster to bring back using double yo-yo or something like that. Next up, we have Fuki Modashi. This card is also really good because it's an excavate and can raise monster level on the field by 2 if you banish it. Oh no, reduce by 2 if you banish it. And then it's also a level 4 tuner monster, which this deck really lacks of. So it's also one of those really good cards that you can just have in your deck. Rubber Band Plane is one of those filler cards, just because it special summons itself and lowers a monster's attack whenever it is special summoned. But it only special summons itself when you special summon a monster. So it's a good extender, which helps out the deck really a lot. I think I went down from 2 to 1 red-haired Hasty Horse. I didn't see the significance of the card that much, but it does help out, just like Rubber Band Plane, with being a level 5 and then being able to just be special summon himself from the field. And then the ultra rare card, which is the Wind Channeler, which is really good. Wind Channeler, you discard this card with any wind monster in your hand and you can get another wind monster from your deck, which pretty much is going to be your Terrortop if you can. Other than that, we have a good number of spell cards and trap cards in the deck. Of course, Regeki, Feather, just some good staples. Monster Reborn, Foolish, in case you need to get Red Ice Dice to the graveyard and use double yo-yo, so cool combos like that. 3 Speed Recoveries, because this is the Speedroid Monster Reborn without needing it. And then it also has a second effect where you can send a Speedroid monster back to your hand from the graveyard if you banish this card from the graveyard. Of course, you need the Lightning Storm in case of anything, or a back row, just like the Feather Duster, or attack roll monsters. And Speedroid Scratch is actually another search card, just like Channeler. So I like to run 3 with this card. The only downside, unlike Channeler, is that you need to discard a Speedroid monster in order to search a Speedroid, but it's still really good in case you don't get any of the Speedroid monsters you actually need. Then I'm running one called By the Grave, and this is another new card, which is Speedroid Wheel. Speedroid Wheel is actually really good, but not as significant as it could be, but I run one just in case I do need that extender for an extra tuner monster from my deck. And then Speedroid Duplicate is another good card because if you normal summon Ultra Hound sends this card, this trap card to the graveyard, and this trap card's effect activates where you can turn Ultra Hound into a level 2, and this card comes back as a level 1 tuner monster, which you can go into a rubber band plane or go into the new Speedroid Cork Shooter card, which is really good. So going into the extra deck, which is also really good, the new cards that you will be seeing in this deck are Speedroid Clear Wing Rider, of course Baron, Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, Stellar Wind, Cork Shooter, and Speedroid Puzzle. Other than that, everything else is pretty much from the previous version, like I mentioned. So we're running almost one of everything except 2 Crystal Winged Synchro Dragons, just because this card is super good and the effectiveness of getting 2 on the field is super good with this deck. So highly recommend playing this deck. It's super fun. I've gotten so many good wins even during the Synchro event when people were playing True Draco and just pooping on the event. This actually is a really good card, ranked as well. So I hope you guys do enjoy this deck, and if you guys did, please leave a like and comment and subscribe if you guys haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.